FM's News at 3, coming to you with a kind compliments. I am your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. First off, on the local scene, 701 students who sat the 2024 examinations for their CSEC CAPE and associate degrees will be presented with a $500 gift award for commendable performance tomorrow. To be eligible for the award, CSEC students must have gained 5 passes, grades 1 to 3, including mathematics and English A. CAPE students must have gained passes, grades 1 to 5, in at least 2 two-unit subjects, as well as in the single-unit communication studies or Caribbean studies in 2 consecutive years. Students in the various associate degree programs must have gained at least a B average. Teacher education programs requires a GPA of at least 2.75. The total number of recipients is categorized in the following manner: CSEC 356, CAPE 170, and associate degrees 175. Recipients of the award are asked to present themselves at the Villa campus of the SVG Community College at 9 a.m. tomorrow, February 28, with proof of identity bearing a photograph. Persons collecting on behalf of awardees must have a letter of authorization and a copy of a photo ID from the awardee. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the drowning of a 58-year-old German national, Petra Ortlept, at Mount Wayne on Wednesday, February 26. According to police, reports indicate that the German national was swimming with friends around midday when she was later found floating face down in the water. Despite efforts to revive her, she was pronounced dead at the scene by medical personnel. A post-mortem examination will be conducted to determine the cause of death. World Pediatrics recently hosted a double team at the Milton Kate Memorial Hospital. The ophthalmology and the plastic surgery reconstructive teams both had clinics on February 16th at Milton Kate Memorial Hospital. They assessed a significant number of children, both local and regional. The ophthalmology team assessed a total of 42 patients with varying conditions that affect or impair the eye and the children's ability to see. 22 surgeries were successfully completed between February 17th and the 21st. Meanwhile, the plastic surgery team focused on conditions that varied from children with unusual skin masses to burn patients, as well as children with excessively enlarged breast, both male and female. The team saw a total of 36 children on clinic day, with 15 pediatric reconstructive surgeries, such as removal of breast tissue in males, taking place between February 17th and 21st. The World Pediatrics team, volunteers, and families extend their sincerest appreciation to the Maria Holder Memorial Trust for sponsoring both teams and continuously making the effort to support its work. In further news on the local scene, executive members of the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, FCCA, recently visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines to inspect the Kingstown Cruise Terminal, engage with tourism stakeholders, and discuss port logistics, among other issues. The FCCA's leadership team, headed by CEO Michelle Page, arrived here on February 18th and left on February 19th. While here, the team held meetings with key government officials to strengthen its growing strategic partnership with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The 4-member FCCA delegation also included President Adam Cesirano, Operations Committee Chair Murray McKenzie of Carnival Corporation, and Matthew Weintraub of Norwegian Cruise Line. The officials engaged with Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, government officials, and key cruise tourism stakeholders. Among the key events held during the visit was a working lunch with the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Port Authority, where port expansion, development plans, and environmental sustainability initiatives were discussed, as well as a town hall meeting with stakeholders in the tourism industry here. The FCCA's visit comes as this country's tourism is expanding and the US $250 million Kingstown Port Modernization Project is nearing completion. In original news, lawyer and legislator Cora Richardson Hodge will be sworn in today as the first female premier of Anguilla. Her swearing was scheduled for 3 p.m. Richardson Hodge's Anguilla United Front, AUF, romped to a convincing victory, winning 8 of the 11 seats following Wednesday's general elections. Outgoing Premier Dr. Ellis Webster increased his margin in District 1, but most of the candidates of his Anguilla Progressive Movement lost grounds. The AUF won 4 of the 7 district seats and all 4 of the island-wide contest. In Anguilla, voters have 5 votes, 1 for their district candidates and 4 others, which is tallied from all the districts. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, advises citizens and residents across the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, that the commemorative Grenada $50 banknote is legal tender. This means that it can be used for everyday business transactions. The Grenada $50 note is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. Although the note was issued exclusively in Grenada, it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Christopher, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The ECCB encourages all business operators across the ECCU to accept the Grenada $50 note when presented as a payment for goods and services. And finally, in the news at this hour, U.S. President Donald Trump said he planned to hit goods from China with a new 10% tariff, the latest salvo in the U.S. president's steadily escalating trade fights. Imports from China already face taxes at the border of at least 10% after a Trump tariff order that went into effect earlier this month. According to BBC News, President Trump also said he intended to move forward with a threatened 25% tax on imports from Canada and Mexico, which is set to come into effect on March 4th. The U.S. president had previously announced the 25% levies, but suspended the measures at the last moment after the countries agreed to increase border security funding and to talk further on how to combat drug trafficking. Officials from Mexico and Canada are in Washington this week as they try to head off the tariffs. This has been WeFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. Do join us at 5:30 p.m. when we will bring you our next newscast.